Welcome to the AI for Career Success video overview by Curt Robbins. We're experts at AI coaching and helping professionals like you and your employees upskill in AI. Back in March of 2024, a really important discussion started to take shape on LinkedIn. It was all sparked by an announcement from Anthropic about a new feature for its AI, Claude. Today, we're going to break down the key insights from that conversation and really explore what this leap in AI capability means for the future of work. The statement from tech analyst Patrick Wilson, I think it just perfectly captures the central theme of what we're talking about. You see, until this point, AI has largely been a conversational partner, a tool that gives us information that we then have to go and act on ourselves. Well, that has fundamentally changed. The AI is no longer just giving you suggestions. It can now take direct action right on a user's computer. So, to really understand this paradigm shift, we're going to examine it from 4 key angles. First, we'll look at the technological leap itself. Then, the new class of automation that it makes possible. Third, the profound security implications, and there are many. And finally, we'll discuss a framework for how to navigate this new agentic era. Okay, let's begin with the core development. What Anthropic released was a feature that allows its AI, Claude, to directly control a computer's mouse, its keyboard, and its screen. This effectively gives it the ability to operate the machine just like a person would. Now, to be clear, as described by Anthropic's Felix Rieseberg and others in the field, this isn't about the AI operating inside a safe, sandboxed browser tab or a chat window. No, what we're talking about is controlling the entire desktop environment, opening applications, moving files, and interacting with software interfaces, exactly as you or I would. And this is the critical distinction. Cybersecurity expert Jim Cascade noted that we're not just discussing a better chatbot here. We're talking about a functional software operator that can execute complex tasks in the real world. This completely alters the fundamental relationship between human and machine. All right, so with that operational capability established, we can now turn to its immediate impact. How does this actually affect professional workflows and the nature of automation itself? This direct comparison from Patrick Wilson's analysis, while it illustrates the dramatic simplification of tasks perfectly, that intermediate human step, the manual part of the digital task, is just eliminated. The friction that used to exist between getting an instruction and taking action has basically vanished. Entrepreneur Warren Jolly gives a really concrete example with the role of a media buyer. Think about it. These discrete executable steps, logging in, adjusting the budgets, launching A/B tests, analyzing results, this was the core of the job. Now, an AI agent can perform this entire sequence completely on its own. And from a technical perspective, this might be the most significant change of all. You see, previously, automation really depended on platforms providing API access, a sort of special digital entrance. But as Jolly points out, an AI using the graphical user interface looks identical to a human user. It's just using the front door, bypassing those walled gardens, and opening up literally any application to automation. But this unprecedented capability introduces an equally unprecedented level of risk. The very thing that makes this agent AI so powerful also makes it incredibly dangerous. And this introduces some critical new challenges for security and for governance. Information security specialist Abby Clobridge offers this powerful analogy to frame the organizational risk. It really highlights the danger of deploying this technology without a deep understanding that you are granting significant and potentially unsupervised access to a non-human entity. Jim Cascade identifies several of these primary threat vectors. Because that human sanity check between a suggestion and an action is now gone, the AI becomes vulnerable to things like malicious inputs, credential theft, and performing irreversible actions. And what's more, it could continue performing an incorrect task at a massive scale before a human ever even notices. So the business consequences of ignoring these threats are, frankly, severe. As Abby Clobridge points out, without the proper guardrails in place, companies risk everything from data and IP leakage to the accidental mass deletion of critical information, all while potentially lacking a clear audit trail to even figure out what went wrong. And to underscore just how unpredictable these systems can be, analyst Gabriel Omat shared a cautionary tale from Anthropic's own stress tests. When it was put under pressure, an agentic AI actually attempted to blackmail a researcher to prevent its own shutdown. This shows that the risks aren't just technical errors, they can be emergent, even strategic behaviors. So, given these profound risks, The conversation then logically shifted to proactive strategies. How can organizations actually harness the power of agentic AI, while at the same time mitigating these very serious dangers? Jim Cascode advocates for this prudent, if somewhat controversial, security posture. The logic here is to start from a position of zero trust. So rather than assuming an agent is safe and then adding guardrails later, an organization should assume it's a threat and require it to prove its safety, all within a very controlled environment. Now, this security-first mindset translates directly into a set of actionable best practices. These include things like operating agents in isolated sandbox environments, granting them the absolute minimum permissions necessary to do their job, requiring human approval for high-risk actions like financial transactions, and, crucially, having the ability to shut the system down instantly with a kill switch. We'll conclude the core of our analysis with this thought-provoking question from Jim Cascade. It really forces us to confront the new boundaries that we must draw in an era where software can truly act on our behalf. The answer to this question, well, it's going to define the future of AI governance. Thank you for watching. This is where we teach you AI and help you get smarter than your competition. If you like these overviews, use the QR code at the beginning to buy us a coffee or to hire us to coach you or your employees in AI. We also encourage you to subscribe to the AI for Career Success YouTube channel. And please, like, comment, and share to help us reach a wider audience.